A San Diego man trying to help his friend get his friend out of Afghanistan as the United States officially ends its military operation there. San Diego County's largest school district welcomes back students for in-person learning that changes on campus this year.
There's been buildings that were collapsed, roofs that were knocked off.
And a San Diego native in Louisiana describes the devastation left behind by Hurricane Ida.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
Well, the United States' 20-year war in Afghanistan is finally over. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson. Kimberly Hunt has the night off. The last U.S. Air Force evacuation flight left Kabul today, and some American citizens who wanted to leave, they were left behind. Our ABC 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty talked to a San Diego man trying to help his friend still stuck there.
These people helped us.
Ed Whited is desperately trying to help his friend in Afghanistan, an interpreter who aided U.S. forces.
He is still in Kabul. He's scared to death because he has a wife and a 13-year-old daughter. He's hidden in a dry well close by his house while the Taliban were going house to house looking for people.
Whited carries a picture of his friend, his identity concealed for his safety. The civil servant retired 3 years ago. He had worked at North Island since 1980, hired to manage logistics. He was sent once to Iraq and twice to Afghanistan, where he says his interpreter friend and scores of others just like him helped save American lives.
We trusted them with our lives. If something was going down, we needed them to tell us, hey, this is unsafe. They were not only just an interpreter translating what the general or the colonel said, but they were also cultural advisors. Hey, you probably shouldn't say that because of this and this and this, and it'll be taken bad.
His friend reaching out to him 2 weeks ago on Facebook, asking him for help.
He was trying to get what they call an SIV, was the acronym for a special immigration visa, and he needed a letter of recommendation from a former supervisor, and I fit that bill.
Whited now working with Congressman Darrell Issa and Representative Juan Vargas.
I've submitted a spreadsheet with all the information so he can submit it to the State Department for 3 families now. This is just a drop in a bucket, though. But we're trying to do anything we can to help however many people we possibly can.
He says he will continue to work and won't turn his back on the people that had his. Vanessa Van Hefty, ABC 10 News.
And national security expert Ron B. joined us earlier this afternoon, said he thinks the exit of American forces will mean a lot more violence in Afghanistan.
I think there will be a civil war. I think there will be chaos. There are differences between ISIS-K and the Taliban, and we can only hope that they kill one another instead of us in the process.
B says it is possible that U.S. forces will have to return to Afghanistan if groups there start plotting to attack us. President Biden plans to speak to the nation tomorrow, explaining his decision to withdraw now. People with the ABC 10 News app, they were notified with the last U.S. plane when it left today. You can download the free app and get our breaking news alerts. Also back here at home, it is back to school for California's second largest school district. More than 100,000 San Diego Unified students returned to full-time classes today. Our ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is live in Webster with the new measures to protect kids from COVID. Rachel.
Hi, Steve. Here at Webster Elementary, one of the messages on this marquee reminds everyone to wear a mask, just one of the many measures in place to try to keep COVID off this campus.
I'm gonna read this book today. It's called The Cool Bean. It's one of my favorites.
It's back to class for students at Marshall Elementary in City Heights. The first day back always brings excitement, but also concern as the Delta variant continues spreading across the country.
When we are kids, we never experienced this.
The Hong son is starting kindergarten, but they got called to pick him up because he has a cold. He was able to get tested for COVID right on campus. Minutes later, his parents are relieved to learn he is negative.
We are really happy because if the school doesn't provide us the COVID test, we have to go to emergency.
San Diego Unified spent nearly $3 billion on COVID prevention. Those measures include upgraded HVAC filtration, air purification, purifiers, hand washing stations, and air quality sensors. State Superintendent Tony Thurman applauded the district's plan.
And this district has invested nearly $2 billion to have more educators so that there can be smaller class sizes, to have more nurses.
San Diego Unified is also requiring masks both indoors and outside, a requirement that exceeds state rules. Kids can take them off when eating or drinking, participating in PE or sports, or performing arts.
That's a simple measure that will help to keep our children safe.
District leaders say masks will also make it easier to keep kids in school. Normally, if a student is exposed to COVID-19, they'd have to quarantine at home for 14 days. This year, if the student was wearing a mask and agrees to testing, they can stay in school. Students at Mira Mesa High School say wearing them has become routine.
As long as it keeps us safe.
So far, roughly 1% of the student body chose the district's virtual learning option. Also, teachers must be vaccinated or agree to regular testing. Reporting live in Webster, Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
San Diego Unified is the second largest district in the state, and it has more than 121,000 students and 6,000 teachers. It is also extremely diverse, with more than 15 ethnic groups and 60 languages and dialects. The district also has 226 total educational facilities. That includes 117 elementary schools, 24 middle schools, 22 high schools, and 49 charter schools. Happening right now, crews are responding to a fire. This is in unincorporated Ramona. It is burning east of the Cal Fire Witch Creek Fire Station, we're told. You can see this right here from Sky 10, that light gray smoke in the area right there in the middle of your screen. We are working on getting more information on this situation. Of course, we'll bring it to you here on ABC 10 News. And a brush fire burning along the northern part of San Diego and Riverside counties is now 13% contained. The Chaparral fire has burned more than 1,400 acres. Cal Fire says that all evacuation orders and warnings, they are still in effect tonight. Sky 10 captured some charred areas earlier today. That's the shots there on your left. It first broke out Saturday in the Cleveland National Forest and quickly exploded in size. One firefighter suffered minor injuries. 2 structures were destroyed. The entire city of South Lake Tahoe is now under evacuation orders tonight as the Caldor fire continues to rage there. Traffic is at a standstill as people try to get out of town, which has a population of about 20,000. The Caldor fire has destroyed hundreds of structures and has been marching towards Lake Tahoe for days. That fire was listed as 19% contained yesterday, but that dropped to 14% this morning. And let's check in now with our meteorologist, Angelica Campos, for a look at the conditions up north and some of the weather we have going on down here. Angelica.
Steve, from that video, you can see what the smoke looks like from the ground, but from above, you can actually see it as well. Just that plume of moisture, or smoke rather, making its way east. Right now, westerly winds, and they are gusting. I'm going to highlight here with this arrow so you can see here is 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, the ones closer to us, you can't really see. What's happening is there are a few concerns. One, a red flag warning to the north, and also the heat. But conditions are going to be improving as we head into tomorrow. In our local area, we have this green. What is that? That is a flash flood watch in effect. It'll be in effect until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. We are tracking that potential for more showers and thunderstorms. And as you can see here, we're going to see a lot more activity. I'll show you the chance as we go into the next couple of hours.
Angelica, thank you. All right, turning now to coronavirus. The county reported 1,000 new cases today, along with another 5 COVID-related deaths. All city employees of San Diego, they must be vaccinated by November the 2nd, and many departments have a long way to go. In fact, just 49% of San Diego's sworn police officers are vaccinated. That is the lowest vaccination rate of any city employee union. Overall, 65% of the city's more than 11,000 employees have been fully vaccinated. UCSD public health professor Rebecca Fielding Miller says that interacting with the public, of course, is a key part of the city employee's job.
And the public also has a right to feel safe in those interactions. And in a pandemic, that means that the person you're interacting with has a lower probability of giving you an airborne infectious disease.
The city employees who are not vaccinated by November 2nd could lose their job. Tonight is the deadline to register to vote by mail in the recall election for Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, you have until midnight to register on the registrar's website, sdvote.com. If you miss that deadline, you can register conditionally and vote provisionally by going to the registrar's office or a voting location. And the recall election, of course, as we just mentioned, takes place 2 weeks from tomorrow. So we spoke with San Diego businessman and Republican candidate John Cox about the race.
You know, I've been in business for 40 years solving problems, and I think that's what this state really does need.
Cox says that California needs a businessman to run the 5th largest economy in the world. He points to his experience in the financial sector as a reason that he would be the right pick to replace Governor Gavin Newsom.
I can't wait to get my hands on this budget and practice zero-based budgeting and audit these agencies and make sure we're not wasting money.
Some of Cox's financial plans include slashing income taxes, closing corporate loopholes, and eliminating spending that he says is wasteful. He says if he is elected governor, he will implement the largest tax cuts in the history of the state.
We can cut the taxes in this state. We pay the highest taxes in the country, the middle class as well. We just got to get spending under control.
And you might remember that Cox did run for governor against Newsom back in 2018. Newsom won that race in a landslide, garnering more than 61% of the vote. But Cox says Newsom has not gotten the job done.
There's a lot of problems in the state, and, you know, Gavin Newsom didn't create them all, but he hasn't been doing much about them.
Polling does suggest that Cox is near the top of the dozens of people running for Newsom's seat, but still he's behind frontrunner Larry Elder. A former UCSD postdoc is admitting to a bank robbery spree. Carl Doran pleaded guilty today to nearly a dozen robbery and attempted robbery counts. Doran hit banks in San Diego and Chula Vista between December of 2018 and March of 2019. He has a PhD in neuroscience and attended UCSD back in 2015. Prosecutors say that Doran stole a total of $10,000 to $15,000. He is scheduled to be sentenced October the 27th.